Kunming has been OEM producing switches since mid-last year. Basically, the light guide pillars are all free. Giantjike hasn't made any moves at all. Today, I'm bringing you the Pottery But switch. It's the C5 mold from Kobayashi Studio. First to support native light guide pillars. UPE is the core of the Meisheng switch. Let's take a look at how it goes. Zhou Xian with an all-pink shell and off-white skin, and a logo that might even have a studio. Pink is truly appealing to both men and women, and it's a must-have for tough guys. It definitely means an epic improvement in lighting effects. However, it is important to note, this part runs around because it has a fully pink shell with lighting effects. It will be somewhat affected. As for noise control, UPE shafts are actually quite unique. It should be considered independently of other materials. Even if it's just sitting and running around, it was incredibly good. This material has a shaft shape. It has some special noise and tactile effects. You can only say whether the control is good or not. So this non-PB shaft has no issues with the bare safety. The noise control of the oil paper water inlet button is also quite good. After the appointment to office, if you're playing auto speed mode, there shouldn't be much impact. However, if the speed increases or the strikes are rapid and continuous, it will produce some greasy noises, mixed with the metallic noise brought by the small pot disc films. This is a common problem with this material. However, judging by the car's performance, you could say it's a top-tier switch made of UP material. Since everyone knows there's something wrong with this material, why use its advantages? The sound is just excellent. His door sounds unique, and when it hits the bottom, it's smooth and full. Not the kind of abstract description that looks shriveled. It's like knocking on the door with your knuckles, and the feeling of slapping with your whole palm. This sound is basically only available in softer materials like UP. It can achieve a foam-based blend. It still feels shriveled, and the feel is pretty much the same. First, the main premise is that the recommended axle is basically not too tight. The adjustment can be considered quite appropriate. The doctrine of the mean. And for switches similar to stepping down, it is a grip-like, user-driven glide experience. As for Shundu, I'll talk about it separately. When Nick is playing, the first half is smoother. When approaching or passing the spring shrapnel, you may feel a slight blockage. If it bounces back, it's about the same. The main issue is the poor feel in hand, are concentrated in the latter half of the shaft body formation. If this area is not done well, there are many examples. For example, in the T-series of Grey Jupiter shafts, many switches, where shrapnel explodes, or when passing through shrapnel. Let's start playing compatibility axes, almost by type checking the axis. And as long as he didn't deliver rapid, continuous strikes, no obvious shadow issues appear, which is already a win. Switches made of the same material are much better. Looking at it this way, it raises the lower hand feel for some switches in certain materials. At the same time, it ensures the upper limit of the sound. Subjectively, it's the UP material muted switches. Currently, you can't find a more balanced treatment like this. If you really like the look or the switch material, the sound is a distinctive muffled sound. But I also really dislike noise, then he is currently the best choice. The light guiding table is priced at 1.68 yuan, and Kobayashi Studio is very diligent. There is basically no situation where you cannot buy it. This is a good delight. You can also get discounts for this batch of participants at launch. If you're interested, you can also take a look. That's all for this video. Follow me. Let us introduce you to more product offerings for games. See you in the next video.